So what that means now is we're going to, of course, want to have an opportunity to practice along and see what it sounds like in a musical situation. I'm just going to first have you just play along over my progression right here. Okay, I've written it on the board, and that simply means the 4 underneath. We've seen this progression before. I've shown it to you. But it's just a review. The number 4 means play 4 measures of C, and then play the G chord and play 4 measures of G. And onward, 4 measures of D, 4 measures of A. Oop, I didn't quite make that clear here. Okay, but we're going to try to play all 5 major scales in one position. That's the point of this lesson here today. Okay, so check it out. Let's see how this is going to sound. Here's the G chord. I'm just going to review the chords right now. Okay, now here we go. Let's play together with the scales. Here we go. Comes G. I'm going to start on the root there. Here comes D. Here comes A. Here comes the E. Here comes back to C. Let's see if it can start it anywhere in the scale pattern. Okay, so you've been practicing on, in one position, those 5 major scales, and we just went through that. And that's great, and I want you to keep working on that assignment and that lesson to get better and better at that. But I think I'm going to leave you with a musical phrase that can fit into one of those patterns that we just played. We were in G major on the 2nd chord when we went from C to G, and that would put you in pattern 1 right here. Okay, here's a great phrase that brings out the color of the major 7th in the scale, and it goes like this. I've written it on a board right here, and you can take a look behind me, and you can see what I've got. Okay, here's what it sounds like. Okay, so it's more or less outlining a major 7th arpeggio. Okay, not a tri, but actually more of a major 7th with that F sharp added. Okay, there's other notes in there too. That A comes in nicely to kind of add a little bit more color to it, but it's more or less outlining a major 7th sound pretty nicely. So let me show you that again. Right? Sounds really good for the G major chord. Okay, so I'm going to improvise now with the progression that we have behind us. I'm going to use that phrase when I can, okay? And I'm going to also try to just use the major scale a little bit more musically than just running up and down it like I was doing before. Okay, you still got to practice your drills playing up and down the patterns to make sure you know it really well. one challenging way you could do it, just as a variation, is instead of starting on the bottom, and then playing the root from the bottom, just start your scale from the top of the pattern and then reverse the order. So you'd start here, and then you'd be here for G major, right? It puts you in a different, it's just a different way to work your fingers out here. But now, for the last thing, I'm just going to play a little bit and improvise around the major scale, and hopefully you'll hear how much more color you're going to start to bring in with your full major scale and just playing over these chords. Okay, and I'll play that new lick that we just learned. Okay, here we go. 3, 4. Okay, so you can hear more color added to the melodies that I'm playing, and I'm trying to still stay mostly in one position to show you that I don't have to move around to make it interesting. But obviously, when you get to the point where you're incorporating all the patterns together and you're using all the devices that you've been studying up to now, you're going to really start to make some music with it. Okay, so I'm showing you the basic drills right now, but it's good to study this for a while before and really work these patterns out before you start just trying to connect them all without really knowing the 5 in 1 position. So why don't you work on this position now for a while and do the drills, learn the thirds. Again, work on the thirds some more. Keep working on the parallel, the intervals of the fourths. And work on that new lick right there. And after you get this position down, then just do it in another position another day. You could start C major, let's say, right down here, and go up and down C major, and then the chord goes to G, of course, and then you're just going to go, okay, well, there goes something funny. You're just going to play G major right here, which is going to make you play pattern 4. And then when you go to D, you're going to say, no problem, I can play D. Here's pattern 1 right here. Right? And so on and so forth. You'll understand how to do it after you've learned one position. It'll start to all make sense. Okay, so I hope you've had a good lesson. I have had a good lesson, and I'll talk to you in our next one. All right, Dave Hill signing off. Talk to you soon. Bye.